Hi guys, welcome back to yet another one of my writing vlogs. If you're new around here, my name is Marcelina. I am a 15-year-old teen author, and on this channel we discuss all things writing, editing, and self-publishing, especially as a teenager. So in today's writing vlog, we have some exciting announcements. If you saw last week's, you already know, and if you saw the title, you already know, but we have officially hit 50,000 words in the manuscript. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. If you're wondering, what manuscript, Marcelina? I'm new around here. I am currently working on not only my second book that I do plan to publish on Valentine's Day next year, 2026. Mark your calendars, mark your TBR. It is called Label Innocent, Presumed Dead. It is a kind of like FBI true crime mystery romance. I really need to come up with a new pitch because I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again. It's inspired by The Naturals and Pretty Little Liars. We've been working on it for actually about a month now. It's like the 27th of June. But we officially started it the 24th of May because it was the day after I got out of school. I was officially on summer break, no more finals, thank goodness, but I finally had time. So it's been a long time coming, but I would say, considering the other life circumstances I've had going on right now, 50K words in a little over a month is pretty on par for me in terms of my writing schedule, how quickly I can pump out that many words. If you're curious, my estimated amount of words total, by the end of this rough draft, is 90,000. However, I have been reevaluating that and my outline and realizing it's most likely going to be more like 93 to 95. So we're a little bit off on that estimate, but you know what? It's fine. I'm just gonna give myself a baseline and that's what I'm gonna shoot for. Who knows how long it's actually gonna end up being. I don't wanna trim down the story prematurely just because oh, I don't want it to be too long. If the story calls for it, if the plot calls for it, if the characters need extra page time, I don't want to negatively impact the quality of this novel just because I want it to fit within a certain marginalized box of word count, if that makes sense. So we're gonna let it be however long it wants to be. Somehow I managed to catch the moment on film, but I recorded myself hitting the 50,000 words and me writing in the moment that I hit it, so I will put that on the screen. Let's cue that right now.
Begging you to come around.
We just hit 50K. We legitimately just hit 50,000 words. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Cue the micro moment. This is crazy. I'm shook. We're more than halfway through this book. What the heck? So yeah, that was so exciting. Definitely an amazing start to the day. And just an amazing moment overall. I felt so proud of myself. I immediately wrote a newsletter where I kind of talked about it. So if you're one of my newsletter subscribers, check your inbox because I actually sent it last week, so you more likely than not saw it already. But if you're not and you want to be subscribed to my newsletter, you can do that by going to my website. And there should be a little pop-up that appears that will allow you to put your email in. That way you get first access, bonus content, behind the scenes sneak peeks for anyone else. So I feel like I'm trying to say that in almost every video just because I want to make sure if y'all don't know, you know. So the link to my website will be in the description down below. If you're wondering, I keep playing with my hair. I literally never straighten my hair. If you've seen any of my other videos, I have naturally curly hair. I won't say it's super curly, it's definitely not coily or anything, but it's it's one of those awkward things. It's too curly to be wavy, but too wavy to be curly. I don't know, I just roll with it. But I was going out and about today and decided to straighten it for once, so it didn't. It's fine. But anyway, come along for this journey. I'm going to be documenting the next week or so where I essentially take you along for writing updates. We continue. We are hitting like the midpoint climax. So I'm writing like some pretty suspicious scenes with some pretty suspicious characters because our main lead, Natalia, our FBI hacker slash teen detective who has her own things going on, who has a bias against the FBI because they refused to help her with her sister's case 5 years ago. Anyway, that's some lore drop. She kind of has a suspect list and she's going through it, and this one guy, cough cough, Santiago, has been on it for like the entire course of the novel, and there's some drama with him. There's just like, and I know a lot of you guys are in my comment section being like, I don't trust Santiago, I haven't even liked Santiago, he literally creeps me out. Me too, but like, there's some plot twists. I'm not gonna give away what side I stand on with him. Is he an ally or an antagonist? That's the question. So anyway, I'm very bubbly, very giggly today. It's been a really amazing day behind the scenes. A lot of writing, a lot of fun, productive summer stuff. So anyway, welcome to this vlog, and let's see how much writing I can get done. Guys, I just finished eating dinner, but I had to pop on to say, for all of y'all that are like, oh my gosh, Santiago is so sus. No, he is. Like, I'm not even gonna argue. There's not even an arguable defense to that. He literally is. Like, what? I'm writing a scene right now. It's in chapter 30 to be exact. And it's a confrontation yet again. And if you stay caught up on the updates, you'll know that the last time Natalia privately, well, this isn't even privately because Jaden's standing like 5 feet away. Be so for real. They're by the lake in the cabin. But the last time that Natalia tried to do this, it ended with her punching him, then her proceeding to hallucinate that he had grabbed her and attacked her when he actually didn't because he wasn't even there in the woods at the time. Anyway, we all should fear for her mental state right now because I can just say I'm in the midst of the scene, so we haven't finished it or anything, but behind the scenes, it's not going to go over very well. Like, I promise this is not going to end well. I will say it's going to get interrupted. Don't trust Santiago, but like, also don't completely discredit him because there's some stuff going for him. So right now I'm enjoying this ominousity because it's fine. It's like hashtag writer privileges, and you guys are just gonna have to wait like 6 more months to find out exactly what scene I'm talking about, and it may or may not change quite a bit in revisions anyway. And also, so I was on a little FaceTime call with one of my online writing friends a couple of days ago on Friday. Today is Sunday, by the way. It's the same girly who is doing character art, and she was just kind of like asking for a rundown on each character so she could get to know them a little bit better. And so she was asking about Santiago, and she was asking if he is like a third love interest for Natalia, and I was just like, no, he's not a love interest for Natalia. However, he is maybe a love interest for someone else. That's all I'm gonna say on that. My voice is like dying. I don't know what's going on right now, but I will let you know if something else exciting happens.
Hey guys, it's currently 1 in the morning. I should not be up, nor should I be writing, nor should I be even making an update. But I just had to say, we have in fact been making progress on the book. We've written a couple hundred words. And can I just say that Jaden speaking Russian is so hot, especially when he doesn't translate it. Like, it's difficult for me because obviously as the author behind the scenes, I have to try to keep it accurate and make sure I'm having him say like the right things. For y'all as the reader, it's actually so attractive. Like, I eat it up. I don't know. I think I made a really smart decision and business move when I made Jaden half Russian. There's more lore to that, but anyway, I just wanted to say that. That's it. That's the update. I hope you guys swoon over it because him speaking Russian and his accent and his nickname for Natalia that's also in Russian is, oh my goodness, I can't even. Anyway, that's it. Good night. Bye.
Guys, don't mind my look because I just woke up, but you want to know why I think it's taking me so long to finish this freaking book? I'm sitting here, and I have been sitting here for a few minutes just like staring at the screen, not writing, by the way, but thinking very closely about word choice, which is interesting because that's usually not something I focus about in the first draft. That's usually more like drafts 3, 4, 5 going into line edits, copy edits, and proofreadings problem. But it's not actually because of the prose. Like, I'm not actually that concerned about the prose now. What I'm contemplating deeply is like the context of the lies, because I will say every single character in this story is not what they seem. It could be your sweetheart character, your comfort character. I could guarantee you that they're not who they seem. I can guarantee you that they're hiding some dark secret that is going to lead to some catastrophic betrayal. You cannot trust anybody around here. The problem is, because of that, there's a lot of lying. A lot of like lying, or like indirect lying, where like they're twisting the words or being vague enough where it's not technically a lie, but like the other character that they're speaking to doesn't make that connection. So it's just like a lot of double meanings and stuff like that. For example, if you were to just read it, you'd be like, I don't see it. Like, you just kind of, it makes sense. If you're just reading it, like the excuse, the little cover up would make sense. And then when you got to the plot twist, it would be like, what? But then if you were to do a reread of the book, you would stumble across that section and it would make sense. So it's like, I have to make it believable enough, but also foreshadowing. But my readers, props to you guys. I gotta give y'all a shout out. Y'all are so smart and observant. Like, I will post the tiniest piece of foreshadowing in one of my edits, and I'll get a couple of comments calling me out, being like, so what does that mean? I saw that, Marcelina. What are you doing there? I'm just like, I cannot get anything past you guys, which is great, but it's like trying to write these things. How believable do I want to go? How many red herrings do I want to pull in here that kind of take you guys along for the ride? Because at the moment, I'm kind of drowning in like the complexities of this, because personally, I'm not the best liar. So trying to like write my characters, it's like everything's a lie. Like, how do I write that? Anyway, enough complaining and sobbing. We're gonna just get back to it and hope things get better. Guys, I should have seen. But you can't tell by my reaction. Stop it right now. Guys, I love Kyle. Guys. What is this? Oh my gosh, this is so good. Okay, writing update. So, today is currently 9:10 a.m. on Tuesday, July 1st. How is it already July 1st? Guys, someone tell me that. Like, 4th of July is in 3 days. June's already over. We're already more than halfway through 2025. What is going on? Anyway, sorry for my little panic. I do have to go somewhere, so you are probably in the next few clips gonna see me like getting ready. I'm definitely not someone who does like get ready with me, but we're gonna just show clips. It's fine. I need things for these vlogs. To give you a writing update, I'm low-key quite tired, and it's completely on me. It's not like life circumstances. I made a conscious decision to stay up until 2:30 a.m. to write. Actually, I take that back. I wasn't writing the whole time. I only wrote until about 1:30, and then I was doing other stuff for that next hour. But we ended up writing about 500 words last night, which brings our total up to just over 53,000 words. I think we're at 53,240 something. So we are making significant progress. I wrote well over 2,000 words yesterday. I know I didn't really update on that, sorry. I think we wrote 2,700 yesterday, 500 last night. Again, I have errands and stuff to do, so I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to knock out today, but we shall see. You guys will find out with me. I do want to talk a little bit about the current chapter I'm working on, however. Currently in the midst of chapter 32. Which is insane, like, hello, which is honestly perfect. And I've always kind of been insecure about this ratio because I feel like I'm going off the rails. I am a huge outliner. I think I've drilled into you guys' head the chapter by chapter outline enough times, so I'm not gonna ramble about that. I just love my outlines. I love my brainstorming. I love my planning ahead of time. I'm not a discovery writer at all. Well, maybe a little bit, but I rely on my outlines. However, I'm also a chronic overwriter. I love my over-describing. I love my borderline info dumping. I don't know why. I just describe every little action. Like, bro, a character could be getting up out of their bed and walking to their closet. And I will describe that in the utmost detail. What is wrong with me? Because of that, I was worried that like the word count wouldn't match up with the chapters I had planned, but to my surprise, it's actually pretty equal. So like I said, I'm estimating this book to be anywhere from like 90 to 95K. Throughout the videos, I've gotten more chillax on what I'm doing. At first I was like a strict 90,000, but at this point, I will bet my life on the fact it's gonna be more than that. It is not going to be anywhere near 90,000, like up it a few thousand words. So we're a little over 53K, so obviously over the 50% mark, and we are on chapter 32. I have like, well, it kind of depends. I have like 58 chapters planned, but I have an epilogue and a bonus epilogue voted on by you guys, by the way. I put a poll like a month ago asking if you would want a bonus epilogue actually in the book, in both editions, the paperback and the ebook, so it won't be exclusive, I promise. Or if you did want it as a newsletter exclusive, and the majority of you guys voted that you wanted it in the book. So anyway, we're having an epilogue and a bonus epilogue, but with that, it'll be 60 chapters. So we're like a tiny bit off, but we're basically right where I should be with the word count. So that makes me feel good. Getting back on track, however, see, I'm doing it again, I'm just rambling. But for chapter 32, I will say it's going well. It's a shorter chapter, and I think I try to balance it out because the previous chapter, 31, was long. There was a lot of information being thrown in you guys' face. Like, there's so much foreshadowing and red herrings and like suspicious red flags popping up everywhere. It's like, it's intense. It's a lot, trust me. I'm kind of trying to have a cool down, plus for like impact, because it's like a big plot twist is being revealed. You gotta have shorter, punchier chapters. The only thing I'm slightly concerned about is the end of the last chapter, because I kind of rushed to finish it, because I have a thing where I like to always end my writing days with ending a chapter. I take that back, not always, because that's not always feasible. However, I would prefer to do that. And it was already getting super, super late, and then my mom was telling me to get off my computer, but I was just like, wait a second, please, like I need to finish this chapter. I was so close, but because of that, because it was like, I was in a moment. Like, if I would have saved it for later, it would have completely like snapped me out of the trance that scene had me in. So we had to finish it. So I feel like it's a little bit rushed. But going back to what I was saying a few minutes ago about being an overwriter, I feel like that kind of plays into it. Like, I feel like because I'm such a chronic overwriter, anything that isn't overwritten to me feels rushed or feels skipped over or feels like it's not fully fleshed out, even though it probably is. And I guarantee when I go back in August and September to revise it, and then in September also when I give it to beta readers and have them critique it, I guarantee you it's not going to be that big of a deal. That chapter's already long enough and there's already enough things going on, so I don't think I'll need to flesh it out anymore, but it's just like in the back of my mind. It was kind of abrupt, but maybe that's a good thing. Like, maybe that's for the better, because it leaves readers confused. That's my goal. But speaking about this current chapter, chapter 32, it starts off with a flashback of Allison and Natalia's childhood. The moment was completely random. I knew I wanted there to be a flashback. That was my outline, so trust me, I didn't go off course. I just hadn't exactly planned out what the flashback was going to be, like what year it was going to take place in, and then like what was even going to happen. I had some flexibility with the date because Allison went missing in what's set to be 2018. This book takes place in 2023, by the way. I don't know if I said that. At the time when Allison went missing, she was 15. Natalia was 11. There's a 4-year age gap between them. So I was like, any time before then is perfectly fine. So anyway, I ended up setting the flashback, a little sneak peek. Natalia is 8 years old. Allison is 12. They're at like this county fair carnival thing. It's a scorching hot day in June, and it's just like kind of this nostalgic, it's 2015, like, chronologically speaking. I think I did the math right. Guys, I don't know. This was what I was writing at 1 in the morning. So if like these details don't align, I'll blame that on my sleep deprived brain. It was a short little thing. It was only a few paragraphs. That was the majority of the 500 words. I think that was 300 out of the 500 that I wrote last night. So it's definitely not like a full chapter. Like, don't expect a big flashback, but it's just kind of reflecting on two things. One, about Allison, and about like just to make people more invested in her and care about her more. And I'm cringing when I'm saying that because I feel like y'all are gonna be like, well, I already care about her, Marcelina. Like, what? Like, why wouldn't we care about her? What are you doing to her? It's hard because, how do I say this? Kind of like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder or like Pretty Little Liars. We have like a missing girl. So like in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, that was Andy Bell. And then in Pretty Little Liars, that was Allison. And by the way, someone a few days ago asked me if the Allison name for this book, Labeled Innocent Presumed Dead, was a callback to Allison in Pretty Little Liars, and yes, it absolutely 1000% is. That's the only reason I named her that. But you have like a missing girl who's like been missing for a few years. Everyone in the town, the characters have some sort of significance to them, like relation to them. They're aware that they're missing, and that's kind of like a subplot, like what happened to them, their disappearance is being uncovered, but that's not the entire point of the book. Like with my last book, The Boat That Divides Us, kind of the main point is like this guy Tristan, which was a student in their school, is found dead and like stabbed to death in the school bathroom. And that's kind of, it takes a turn. Some people loved it, some people hated it. I added a whole like subplot. You know, again. There was definitely a lot of other things going on with the romance, with friendship, betrayal, with like family secrets and drama and that kind of thing. But at its core, it was a murder mystery to solve his disappearance. That was the kind of driving focus of the storyline. In Labeled Innocent Presumed Dead, however, yeah, Allison is missing. Yeah, she's the main character's sister, so there's going to be some correlation there. She is not, and I will repeat this again, she is not the main focus of this plot. She's not like the main plot at all. Don't go into it like expecting it to be like just a murder mystery where the entire novel revolves around Natalia trying to figure out what happened to her sister. That is definitely relevant, that's definitely a subplot, and that definitely happens, but it's one of those things where she kind of let it go, and then there's like this FBI secret society recruits her. She's solving various other cases for them, but then she realizes that those cases are actually connected to her sister's disappearance. Therefore, she kind of solves them all at once, and then, yeah. So that's kind of the connection there, and because of that, I feel like sometimes I'm not giving enough away about Allison for like y'all to really resonate with her and sympathize with her and like her as a character, and not just like the missing girl or Natalia's sister, and like you feel sympathy just because she's Natalia's sister, and we're seeing 90% of the book through Natalia's lens, so you feel for her that way. I wanted to show the flashback for you guys to, again, be more invested in her, hopefully, fingers crossed. And then also, I think that there is a certain quality that all little kids have. Like, I'm talking like, you know, when you're a little kid to like, maybe when you hit middle school, I feel like that's when you start to like change. But like, you're just so happy and innocent and bubbly and loud and fun, and then especially when you hit middle school, it just kind of shifts. But I think that's natural for all kids, but I think more so for Natalia, she has always been this like ray of sunshine, this just like cluster of rainbows and sunshine and cupcakes and happiness, and she has always just been the most bubbly, energetic, sweet, innocent, positive little girl. It's so wholesome. But then even at 11, she just 180 flip. Not because, oh, she's becoming a teenager, like she's a preteen. No. Because when her sister disappears, that's like the grieving point. That is like everything that alters her brain chemistry in the worst way. She just kind of turns really reserved, quiet, hates people, hates herself. And I just really wanted to show a contrast to like her, how different it was when she was a kid. Because again, I did that one flashback in the prologue, which was the day Allison went missing, so we see like her 11-year-old self processing real time, but we don't see anything before that, before her world changed. And I really wanted to kind of compare current Natalia to her younger self to show not only like, I know it's completely normal for kids and teenagers to like act completely different. I know I definitely have. I was such a massive extrovert when I was little. I was doing speeches in front of 200 plus people, doing talent shows, singing for literally like random people. Like I was so just like always talking, always making jokes and singing. And now that I'm basically a sophomore in high school, I mean in 2 months I'll be a sophomore, I'm definitely more reserved. I get like freaking anxiety attacks when I have to do an oral presentation in front of just like 30 people. And I'm just like a lot more of an introvert, unless I'm around the right people and I'm comfortable, then I'm an extrovert. But anyway, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that kids and teenagers can't be vastly different. But for Natalia, there's just like a certain little switch that flipped that was triggered by what happened that day on Christmas Eve. And I really wanted to like showcase that, like really, I feel like you know it, it's there, but I wanted to emphasize it. So anyway, that was kind of the point of the flashback. It was fun to write. I put on some like throwback music from like the 2010s because it's like 2015, like just to like get in that nostalgic vibe. And again, pretty short flashback. This chapter in general is pretty short. I'm halfway through the chapter. Like the flashback made up half of it. The next part is where she's gonna find something. It's going to be really, really significant. And then it's going to end with kind of a mini cliffhanger, and then we're going to get into a plot twist reveal in the next chapter. So anyway, I've been rambling. I've been recording for 17 minutes. So I'm going to stop yapping so much, eat breakfast, get ready, and we'll see if I can squeeze any writing in today. Maybe, hopefully.
In my direction, then I fell to my knees. 'Cause I was doing fine till you came back in my life, swerving through the lines, watch me lose control.
Hey y'all, you know what I've been doing today? Instead of writing, we're like barely at 54,000 words. We've barely written 1,000. Embarrassing. Anyway, to be fair, like I said, I have been doing errands all day. It's like, I don't even know, 3:30 p.m. So I've been out and about. I've also been filming. Okay, let me just preface this by saying not only in this vlog, but in a bunch of my like short form videos, if you see me wearing this outfit, I swear it's not because I re-wear the same outfit every day. Literally because I filmed like 5 things today. Oh my goodness, that's what I do. Because if you've been around on my channel, I don't do a lot of like those lip syncing videos. I mainly do edits. Lately I have been using my face more for like lip syncing things that revolve around the book or a prompt or a scenario for my characters or something like that. Or I've been kind of doing like talking videos, short form talking videos where I like give writing tips and stuff. That's kind of a new series I'm starting, a mini series. All of that, I always pre-film. I always like to get like my face videos out of the way and made like a week or 2 in advance of when I know I'm going to post them, because I try not to post too many at one time. I like to mainly sprinkle it in with my aesthetic edits. But the thing is because it's summer and I'm low-key chilling a lot and I don't have makeup on, I take advantage of the days that I do get fully ready and I do have makeup on and I record a bunch of videos. So anyway, that was my basically rambly way of saying that's all I've been doing since I got home. It's been wake up, I updated this vlog this morning, get ready, do errands for a couple of hours, come back home, I posted a video. That's also what I've been doing. And then I've been filming. Yay! For the video that I just posted a couple of hours ago, low-key, probably the most controversial. Thank goodness no one has started to pick a fight with me in the comments yet. I know there's gonna be one person, not from my audience, like you guys are genuinely the sweetest, most respectful people ever, so I know you guys wouldn't, even if you do secretly disagree with something I said, you would never call me out on it unless it was like really disrespectful to a group of people or something, or like mean. But I'm just calling it right now. Some random person, random 11-year-old kid that finds this on their algorithm somehow sneaks in their FYP. They're gonna find it. But anyway, it was basically, you know, that trend that was going around. It was like from last year, maybe even 2023. I don't quite remember. Oh, I think they're thunder. Basically, we're having a thunderstorm right now. So if you heard that in the back, that's what that was. Anyway, that trend to the song Sippy Cup by Melanie Martinez, where people basically share their like hot takes and unpopular opinions, and then they like match it to the lyrics. That's basically what I did. I did like my unpopular writing opinions as a published teen author, and some of them were tame and mild. They would be like, the first draft is meant to be bad, because it literally is. I've heard best-selling authors say that. Like, that's not that controversial. What is something else that I said that was like fine? Oh, I said that self-publishing is not less than compared to traditionally publishing, which I feel like a lot of people still do think that, which is like really annoying. But I think in the last few years, people are kind of believing that rumor less and less and less, because we have so many indie authors who are making like $50,000 plus, $100,000 plus dollars, and potentially making more and selling more copies than TradPub authors. So I think our community has gained a little bit more respect. But then I included some low-key spicy ones. I was like, all writing is political, which I'm not gonna get into that too much. I don't want to get canceled. Please do not cancel me. That kind of got triggered though, because I followed this really, really lovely writing prompt creator, this girl right here. I'll flash it on the screen and link her channel in the description down below. I'm proud to say, proud flex, I have been an OG since 10,000 subscribers. So we love that. She's literally such a sweetheart. She has the best ideas. She's so creative. I love her and love her videos. And she posted something political when a political thing was happening in the US last week, I believe. This one person commented, like, I subbed for writing, not politics. And I could not help but respond and be like, writing is political, unfortunately. She hearted that comment, which means the world. But it's been something on my mind lately, and I feel like it's gonna stir up things, because, like, I mean, I get it. If you don't want to be politically involved, that's fine. I just think that people need to start realizing that all writing, I don't care if it's fiction, I don't care if it's this cutesy contemporary romance, I don't care if it's a dark, spicy romance, every fiction thing is political. There's political beliefs and opinions and influences woven in. Like, y'all cannot avoid that, unfortunately. And then I did another spicy hot take where I was essentially just like, I mentioned something about AI, which honestly that shouldn't even be a hot take. Screw AI, that's all I gotta say on that. But then I did something where I was like, authors don't own character names, because they don't. Like, is it the smartest business decision to make your female main character name Katniss and your male main character named Kenji? No, it's not. I would not recommend doing that. Like, but like, can you? Of course. Like, an author does not copyright their names. So anyway, I feel like that turned into a rant. It wasn't meant to be. I'm a little anxious, not gonna lie, posting that video. I swear I was actually this close to deleting it, because I'm just like, the thing is, not that I think any of mine are wrong. Obviously, they're my opinions, so I stand by them, and I will forever stand by them. And luckily, people in my comments so far have been really supportive, and they've all agreed with me, or maybe they haven't, but they've all said they have, which is really sweet. I just think with the internet and social media nowadays, posting your opinion online, it could be the most commonly accepted opinion, but posting your opinion online is scary. Like, people can be vicious. Like, it's just like, you will disclaim it and be like, this is just my opinion, this is just my opinion, and people will like attack you. It's crazy. All that to say, haven't been writing much, but we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna change out of this and take off my makeup, eat dinner soon, get to writing. It's only Tuesday. I'm ending my vlogs earlier than usual, but I had that really long clip and that took up most of the vlog, and now it's getting super long. So I'm gonna wrap this up. If you enjoyed, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already. All of my links will be in the description down below if you're interested. That is it for this time. We've been productive, we've been chatty. I will see you all in the next vlog very, very soon. Bye!